Ishai is here with me. Ishai, say hello to everyone.
Hi, Shalom. Great to be here.
More than hardly see you.
Hi, great to see you. Nice to be here.
Ishai is such a handsome face. It's a pity that we have to hide him, or he doesn't want to show himself. But anyway, here we are. Ishai, say something. You want to say something?
Sure. My name is Yishai Rozowski. I live here in Beitar Elite. I'm a neighbor on the street nearby, Yair Davidiy, and he's a good friend of mine. And I'm happy to be here to participate in the talk. I'm excited.
Okay, that was Ishai. Now we'll have Yochanan. Yochanan, can you say something? Yochanan.
Yeah, give me a hand.
I'm watching events in Europe and in Russia, and I'm seeing that the European Union is going to fall apart, and the countries in Eastern Europe, I believe, are going to change allegiance, and this is going to set up things for Ezekiel 38, 39, and the Gog-Magog war.
Okay.
Well, it's great being here with everybody. I really thank you, Yair. I mean, I'm here in Toronto, and it's very safe here. I can walk the streets. I don't have to worry about terrorists. So I want to just say we're awfully glad that you're there in Jerusalem, and that we put you're in our prayers for protection, because even though whatever we get from the media is not always accurate, it seems that what's happening there, it's pretty dangerous. So I want you to keep your head down and shoot first and ask questions later. But thanks for being here and putting this on, because from what I see about what's going on over there, I'd be pretty frightened to be over there. But thanks for coming on and spending the time and being so brave.
It always looks worse in the news.
Yeah.
I remember when I was overseas in Australia before I came to Israel, I used to look at the newspapers and I thought, man, what a tension-filled place, what a lot of pressure they must be feeling. When I got here, everyone's apathetic. They don't really care. People live and live well, and thank God everything goes forward. Laurie, would you like to say something?
Thank you for having me. I'm just going to listen again.
Okay, very nice. Very good to see you here. David, would you like to say something?
Yes, hi. I live just outside London, only just outside London. No, I thank you for what you're doing. It's encouraging, and you're courageous to do it in light of all the factors involved. So thank you.
Okay. Sylvia, shalom. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for everybody being here. It's such a treat. The thing I've been wondering about all week, Yair, is there something we can do to make the redemption come faster?
To make what?
I mean, I want to hear. I'm serious.
What'd you say?
Can we do something to make the redemption come faster?
Redemption make faster according to tradition. According to tradition, the redemption has to come. In other words, there is a deadline when it doesn't matter what we do. The deadline after that deadline, the redemption has to come. By virtue of our good deeds, we can make it come faster. Yeah. We can bring it forward.
Right. So we can tell our friends, keep the 10 commandments the best you can, because the world will be redeemed faster that way.
Yeah, so everyone do the best they can with what they have, and do the best. Yeah, that's it. Do as well as you can with what you have, and learn a little bit more, understand a little bit more what's going on, and little by little go forward. Everyone look after themselves, look after other people, and God willing, that will help. We'll have a snowball effect. Every good deed has a positive effect. So we'll finish it off. We won't try and finish it off. We'll talk it out and see how it goes. And there's some deep and important concepts are there. And so that's what we'll do. So we have the talk is concerns Brit-Am. What is Brit-Am for? Why is Brit-Am needed? Why do you need this organization, this project of ours, this endeavor? What good can it do, and what's it there for? So it concerns the lost 10 tribes. We identify the lost 10 tribes. We believe it's important that the lost 10 tribes be identified, that the Jews know who the lost 10 tribes are. The lost 10 tribes know who they themselves are. And the world knows that this knowledge should be out there. So we try and get it to as many people as possible. Of course, very few people actually know about us. But some do, and the knowledge is out there, so that it may be taken up later, or someone may come after us or alongside us. It doesn't matter, and use the information that we put out and develop it, because it is important. It is a beginning. And we identify the lost 10 tribes with peoples in Western Europe, or Western European regions. And we consider this to be pertinent to our times. Also, the 10 tribes will return according to the Bible, according to different sources. They definitely will return. It's almost an article of faith, an article principle of biblical belief, according to some authorities who we agree with. We're convinced by them. And this is what we have. We also say that this prophecies concerning lost in tribes may well come about in our time, because they concern things that could only happen in our time. For instance, it says that they will return by aeroplane, by flight, and only in our time is it possible, physically possible, as far as we know, for people to return by aeroplane. So therefore, it must be pertinent to our time, or at least in our present. In Isaiah 68 verse 8 says, "He or these who fly like a cloud and like doves to their roosts, to their place where they live. Doves fly straight." And so Isaiah compares them to like clouds and like doves flying straight to their homeland, to their home places. Also Hosea 11:10 says, "Then his sons shall come trembling from the west," or from the sea, which was to the west. Yam in Hebrew can mean both west and sea. Then his sons, that is the sons of Ephraim, shall come trembling from the west, according to the context, the sons of Ephraim. They shall come trembling like a bird from Egypt, and like a dove from the land of Assyria. And the Midrash Shirim Rabbah says these are the 10 tribes. So it especially identifies them with the lost 10 tribes returning. It's not just an identification that we interposed, that we inserted on the text. The text, or the authoritative sources close to the text, especially said these are the lost 10 tribes. These are the 10 tribes. So this is what we have. So what good do we do? What good is believing in this, knowing about this? So we have a lot of different reasons what the benefits that come from learning about the lost 10 tribes. One thing is that it helps prove the Bible. So what good can Brit-Am do? What are the advantages of Brit-Am teachings? Why are they needed? First of all, Brit-Am proves the Bible is genuine. Everyone is human. We're all human. We all have the weaknesses, strengths of human beings. Critics of the Bible exist, and they criticize the Bible, attack the Bible from numerous points of view. Often the people who do so have agendas. They want to promote certain modes of behavior, certain beliefs, and they see the Bible as their enemy, as being against their licentious desires, or whatever they want, or whatever they theoretically propose things to be like. So Brit-Am proves the Bible, and this strengthens the Bible against its enemies. We all are human beings. All are susceptible to the influence and to the ways of thinking of others, and especially against free-thinking atheists. Atheistic evolution is used to justify promiscuity, abortions, homosexuality, and every other corrupt thing that exists. And people who believe in the Bible are overwhelmed by the media, overwhelmed by the society around us. We're sometimes confused. Enemies of the Bible, often arrogant and condescending. They may possess a thin veneer of intellectual achievement, which they exploit to try and overbear and bluff against advocates of the truth, such as ourselves. But we do not necessarily have to fight them. on their own ground. Brit-Am teachings enable biblical truths to come to the fore in a field that we choose, because we have the proofs. And we have proofs that are difficult, in some cases impossible, to contradict, or to counter at least. So this is an advantage of Brit-Am. This is what Brit-Am contributes to the whole scenario. Belief in Brit-Am is a powerful tool for belief in God and righteous behavior, and it should be used more often. Belief in the Bible means belief in the God of Israel. Another point is a belief in Britain and America, and their belief in themselves is strengthened by Brit-Am teaching. In Isaiah 2:6 it says, "For you have abandoned your people, the house of Jacob." So that is how it's translated, and that translation is a possibility, but it could just as well be rendered, "For you, O house of Jacob, have abandoned your people." The house of Jacob is a term referring to the 10 tribes, according to the context. Not only that, according to Rabbi Fishel Ma'el, who is an expert on the tribes and on these matters, he understands that Jacob, well, the house of Jacob, refers expressly to Manasseh, whereas Manasseh having been closer to Jacob, whereas Ephraim was closer to Joseph. You had Jacob. Jacob is renamed Israel. Jacob begat the 12 tribes of Israel. Amongst the 12 tribes of Israel, his 12 sons was Joseph. Joseph, in his turn, begat Ephraim and Manasseh. Ephraim and Manasseh were to become tribes in their own right. So, in effect, Manasseh was closer to his grandfather, Jacob, also known as Israel, whereas Joseph, his father, was closer to Ephraim. So when it says house of Jacob, it is referring to all the house of Israel, all of the 10 tribes, but especially to Manasseh. We see Manasseh to be dominant in the USA and the USA to be the center, in our times, the center point of the 10 tribes, where a good portion of the 10 tribes are now to be found, where they are giving expression to their Hebrew selves. And as we will show, as a midrash and also different indications that the return to Israel and the return to brotherhood with Judah will become out of the USA, will come out of Manasseh in that time. So this is a point. And at all events, they will be condemned if they do not do so. It says, "For your house of Jacob have abandoned your people." Abandon your people means you have not recognized, you have been slow in recognizing your Israelite people, your peoplehood, your antecedents from Israel, and also from being close to Judah. And so this is a point worth taking into consideration. And we shouldn't have to know these things. Those who say that true believers should know instinctively, should not be concerned with what other people say. He should have blind belief and go forward, but this is not true. This is not reality. We're all human beings, all influenced by other people, we're all influenced by the media, by people who talk on radio shows, people that we meet in the street, people who have contact with teachers, public officials, it doesn't matter, neighbors, friends, and people at the workplace, and certain people we cannot get away from. We are, as if to say, that is our fate, to have to cope with these people and to cope with these beliefs. And it helps to have the right knowledge in order to do so. And not everyone has the right knowledge instinctively. Some people need all of us actually need reinforcement. We need additional information and different additional points of view in order to face up to these challenges. Also, this is a biblical injunction. The Bible itself says, in Deuteronomy 4 it says, "Therefore know today and take it to your heart." Therefore know today and take it to your heart that the Lord, He is God in heaven above and on the earth below, there is no other. So it says, know today and take it to heart. We have to convince ourselves of this truth. That is what God is telling us. Know today and take it to your heart. Convince yourself, learn about it in order to bring it home to yourself.